masses are taken advantage of. If they're not doing it, they're taking advantage of all of this natural disastering to rebuild these smart cities that are only for them, basically. Who's going to afford to live in there except for the younger kids who are coming up in those technology jobs?
And like I said, these corporations are going to start ending up buying countries.
Yeah.
It's not going to be countries no more.
They're going to buy, it won't even be countries, it'll be the little new future cities. Indoor cities is what they're, vertical indoor cities with like trees and forests, bios, everything's right there. Like a fucking spaceship. Yeah, you're right. And that's what's happening. Matter of fact, they're the shareholders. Yeah, that's wild to me.
That is wild. And
we don't, like,
why are we getting greedy
we
with
should invest. Listen, here's what it is.
Everything.
My true emotions. You can fear it. You're not going to stop it. It's not going to stop. You're not going to stop it. So, right now, everything is low in stocks. I know it's going to sound fucked up. Because if you ain't got the money to play, then you are, you know
it's
what
about
I mean?
to go up.
Yeah, it's getting ready to, when they say
just
2020
like gold.
And 25.
Gold is doing that right now. Like, I think Derek was telling me, like, back in, maybe the beginning of this year or some shit like that gold was down to...
It ain't going to be gold no more. It's going to be virtual.
It is virtual. That you can buy a bit. It's bitcoins.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. A bitcoin was down to like 1,300.
It
was, yeah. I know, right? A bitcoin was down to 1,300. Guess where it's at now?
Because of the
10,000.
Yeah, Bitcoin is old and it dropped that like when it first came out.
It is old because nobody caught on to it.
Yeah, nobody really caught on
to it. They got dash buttons.
Now it's fucking blowing up.
They got little keychain buttons. It looks like my key bob that you can get, right? One's a Tide, one's a fucking diapers, one's this, one's that. You hit it. It automatically sits in order and sends it to your house. It's called a hot button. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Listen, the technology is phenomenal.
I know it's phenomenal, and
I don't even know if that's the word. Transcendent, or whatever that word is. It's like surreal too. There's so many fucking words.
Since the 1950s to now, it is exponential.
I'd go deeper. I would go deeper in the 50s.
History.
Technology doubles every 18 months.
Yeah, but in this instance...
Okay, maybe even the Industrial Revolution...
Doubles.
It's tripling.
So, no earlier than that, for real. So, in that very small, in the grand scheme of things, amount of time, the rate we have advanced... is exponential.
Right.
Once they get this AI shit working the way that I hear that they're trying to do
deep thought,
shit,
conscious mind.
Done.
There's so much, but see, I get the news, Google alerts for all the things. Scientific Journal, okay, if you just go to your email and go to your alerts and just put in keywords, you'll get every article about it, right? I learned that from Matt Lamon from actualactivist.com, y'all. And also go to TruthStream Media. And on YouTube, TruthStream Media's website, like Melissa and her husband, I can't remember the name right this second. I want to say Doug. Maybe Aaron.
I want to tell you guys something.
Listen. The technology that's coming out, they've already done it. So they're all ready to give it to us. Implanting the false memories, regenerating teeth, 3D, and fucking, they no longer need the stem cells or aborted babies or organ harvesting.
Yeah.
And it's not like each little place gets to do it their own way. So you got some putting it in pigs. You got some growing
the
right.
County by county. We're going to. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So the technology. I was just tying that into your technology.
Yeah, technology.
To now, from the 50s
exponential.
To now. Yeah.
I want to go into something that I stumbled upon. I was just sitting in the living room, and it came to me out of nowhere. And I messaged Jesse Ventura, every Facebook account that I could find for him, to message. And I messaged him, okay? One of them responded. It was the Jesse the Body Ventura one, okay? And he said he was in Mexico, hiding out. And he said that I stumbled upon one of the greatest conspiracy theories that we have, which was, I was like, what if I take two of your conspiracy theories one step further? The Fort Knox being empty, the golden Fort Knox being empty, and the Roswell crash, and combine them together and say that our government traded the golden Fort Knox, because we know the aliens want the gold just by looking at history, traded the golden Fort Knox for the technology from the Roswell crash. Boom.
Technology from whom?
The Roswell crash. Whatever alien crashed here.
Why would it want our gold?
Because
Is it
they
conducting
think,
to get
listen,
back?
if you pay attention to ancient aliens, ancient astronaut theorists believe that the aluminum they're coating our fucking world in should be gold. And they know this because they think that we were slaves to harvest the gold for the aliens at one point in time, and that's why it's so highly valued throughout
the one
history.
that came down
Yes.
and repopulated us.
Actually, it's the Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
The Sumerians came down here and they was harvesting gold because there was something wrong with their
Atmosphere. Okay. It was one of the races of aliens. And I think that we
Anunnaki.
should use that. They obviously know more than we
That's
know.
what Dad thought.
And we should seize that opportunity. They know something we don't know. We should use the gold too. We should
Okay.
figure out what that is.
The other
But
day-
instead, we got greedy and I don't know. We traded that gold for the. I think that's what happened. Anyway.
Do you think Fort Knox had enough gold to supply an
It was
atmosphere
bars
of an
and bars.
alien race?
Yes, because they want to put it in dust form.
Or do you
like,
think we allowed them to leave people here too? If that's why people think the reptilians
I think we're
and
still
everybody
being
is
watched. I think maybe we're even
here. Speculating wise, there's 6 different races of aliens that are
just,
supposed
and probably
to stay
more. Probably more. Who knows?
here. I think we're the alien.
I think we're partially
Alien.
alien. I think Dad was
We
onto
don't
something.
match
Remember how
the
Dad
rest of
always
the-
said
we don't
that
match
we
the
are a
rest of the
genetic
bloodlines
experiment
here.
by aliens? Dad always said that. He
Not at all,
believed that.
actually.
That we are a genetic
You're
experiment.
actually more of a fucking virus.
More an advanced
We're
virus.
More of a virus.
Think
that's
of Rick
trying
and
to
Morty.
More
The
advanced
mini-verse.
cancer.
Many verses within verses, the Men in Black theory
Oh,
where
yeah, I
they kick
know.
open
It's
the
the
locker.
multiverse, the paradox.
multiverse.
Yeah.
I mean, it could even be, we could be powering a fucking battery right now, their car battery, like in Rick and Morty. We don't fucking know. It could be the Matrix. We don't fucking know.
I
It
told
could
you
be,
that we don't live
it could
on
be
the
so
same
many,
earth
and
I
it's
grew
all
up on,
theoretical.
and I honestly and truly believe that, and you can't fucking tell me different.
I think,
Well, that comes back to how no one regulates the science. Each lab's allowed to operate under its own conditions.
what if we aren't even in a miniverse? What if they're really, like, the moon is a monitoring system? Or what if they're deep in the oceans where we can't see? They're here. They have to be. And we have UFO sightings. Well, that's worldwide.
When I found out that we ain't been back to the
UFOs.
moon, I was angry.
Because that was,
Because
that was around the same time.
No, I grew up believing that these motherfuckers were going back and forth to the moon. Since we put them in, right? Yeah, like you could be an astronaut. They say you can't be an astronaut
I
now.
thought we've
Yeah,
been
you
more
can't go to
times.
the moon.
I thought we've been more times than what we actually have. But we probably did go a lot more before 2012. But now, after 2012, we can't go back.
No, it was even before
Is
then.
that what happened? What happened in 2012 that we can't go back?
I don't know. Just some weird. That's when the Mandela effect started happening.
I
Yeah,
don't think it was
2012 is when they cranked it up.
But it's funny too,
2011
though.
is
But
when
it's
they
funny too
Switzerland.
because
But in
the
the
world was supposed to
80s,
end in
Bush.
2012. A whole bunch of wild shit was
Listen
supposed to
to me,
happen in
Devon.
2012. And
Listen, yeah,
bunch of wild
the end
shit
of the
has
world
happened
as
after.
we know
No,
it.
it's the beginning
Yeah,
of
not
the-
the
it's
end
a
of
new-
apocalyptic. Everybody's so literal.
Yeah, it's just a new era.
We have to be
It's
so
the beginning-
visual.
Yeah, but I'm
end of
just
one
saying.
age and
The
beginning of
energy
another.
shifted.
It's nothing
Yeah, you
bad.
got that
Change
right.
is
The
energy
beautiful and
shifted.
natural.
Yeah, you're right.
You used to be able to feel the energy change as the seasons change. It ain't
Yeah.
there no more.
It's all fucked up. We've
Like you literally could
manipulated
feel
it.
the seasons of change. Do you know what I mean? I can't feel it anymore. Anyway, yeah, because me and Rachel read and was watching a little thing that True Stream Media put together, and then I went and started looking up stuff, right? Because they got some awesome leads. And Bush, as vice president, started a collider in Texas. And it was like this huge project. And then by the time he was president, it just shut off.
And that was Bush Sr., not Junior, guys.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I said.
No,
did
the
I say
audience.
junior?
You just said Bush.
First,
you didn't say
she said
either or. I
first
was just
Bush.
letting them know
First
it's not
Bush.
Bush Jr., it's Bush Senior. Senior she's talking
So that would
about.
have been the 80s under Reagan. And
Yeah.
remember they had the Star
Think
Wars
about
thing
that.
going down and all the...
Yeah, think about that, audience. Think about that, guys.
Okay, and then back to the Roswell, right? So there's a different theory that this woman wrote a book about, and I can't remember right now, but it's also, they did a little clip on TrueStream too. And what I like about that, I'm going to be saying that a lot, but what I like about that, those two people in their media site, is that they give their thoughts too, but they also give you the material to lead off of, and they don't give you enough that they're reading it to you. They give you enough that you have to go read it yourself.
Yeah, do your own research.
Which is cool. It's like somebody, their own little database. Anyway, so in this lady's book, the Department of Energy used to be the Atomic Energy something, right? And they were like, they said that what crashed was from Russia, and it had deformed children in it that were experimented on. Because after World War II, Russia got a shitload of the doctors and scientists, and we got a shitload that we know of in Operation Paperclip. And I forget what their operation was called.
If that was the case, we wouldn't still not be allowed back to that area to this day. I don't think that is anywhere near what could be the truth. In my mind, this is just my initial reaction to hearing what you're saying. But go ahead, sorry.
So, since we were doing our own experiments there and everywhere, the Russians threw it in there to try to cause mass panic, they said, like War of the Worlds type scenario, right?
Yeah.
And experiment on these children so bad, and they were half dying, that they stuck them in here and flew them across. And because we do the same thing, that's why they won't let anybody in. So we've been doing experiments and shit on people in there, is the claim.
I think that's just an old idea that someone's trying to revitalize.
That is probably the cover-up story.
Cover-up story, exactly. That's not right at all. No,
cover-up story of the cover-up story. Right, it's another misdirection. That's what I thought.
Exactly,
Yeah,
it's
I definitely
nothing.
believe. I more believe that aliens fell out of the fucking sky than that.
How can they not?
I think it's, I don't even like using the word believe. Like, I hear you guys say believe a lot. I don't like using that. And I like having ideas. I think that when I watched the movie Dogma, it really hit close to home. It was, Chris Rock said, the prophet, the missing apostle, that I think it's better to have ideas. You can change an idea. It's a little trickier to change a belief structure. And I'm like,
yeah, I say that too. I don't, I like in theory.
yes.
So.
I just don't like the word believe. I think that it's been tossed around and it means something to everybody else that it means to me. And I want to get what I mean across. And it's just, for me, it's just an idea. It's just thinking and using this wonderful thing we have called a brain. But anyway, we kind of went off into all kinds of conspiracy theories this day, huh? And it's all theories, just like she said. She likes in theory because that's what essentially everything is until proven otherwise.
Ideas are subject to change.
Yes, exactly.
So, that's what it is. But there is, of course, there's society with moral beliefs, only if you have the value. I believe in values.
That's what I'm
like
saying. Values are universal.
Manners and
Morals,
thank you.
right and wrong.
And,
That's throughout every religion.
but I don't think that has to do with
No, actually, I do.
fucking believing you have to be that way. If not, you're just a fucking jerk.
Yeah.
I think you should be that way because it's nice.
It's a good idea, and you should apply it
Yeah.
to everyday life.
Because if you don't, then it's a good idea for someone to punch you in the mouth.
Right? For you to be a hypocrite because you don't apply it.
Because you don't apply it.
Yet you preach it
Yeah.
to others and make them try to convert them. Conversion therapy.
Yeah. What else did we want to say?
The only thing I had in mind was the Indians. Oh, books. Books.
Nobody
Let me tell
reading
you,
books
people.
anymore.
Let me tell you, people. We're going to give you some facts here.
What time is it?